Hello again, it's Noob, and it's time to do another Banggood.com review. I've been wanting to review this for a while actually. It's a strange thing to review on a Lock Sport channel, but bear with me on this. This is a Silicone, well, I guess it's supposed to be like a soldering station, but when I saw it, and I think somebody on the UK Lock Sport forum initially spotted it, when I saw this, it just made sense. Why wouldn't this make a kind of cool pinning tray, a mat that you could do your Lock Sport hobby of, service locks, films from YouTube channels? I don't know, it just kind of looked like too good an opportunity to not explore. So the people at Banggood sent me one to do a review of. I'm going to unpack this and let's see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so the first thing to say is it's pretty sizable. This is about 45 centimeters in length and about 30 centimeters in height. Appears to be quite a thick silicone mat. I believe it's silicone because it is a soldering station. You can imagine it would be relatively heat resistant. Other features it's got is up here you've got some sort of little flaps to put things in. Seems to be sort of a press fit. Nothing great, but it works. And then there's all sorts of things. This is apparently the circuit board location area. It says circuit board location area. Then you've got some screw positioning things here. But I was thinking, do you know what? We could use this as a Lock Sport station. One more thing. Yeah, there are magnetic areas on here. What do I have that's magnetic? So a magnet, that would work. So you can probably see here that we've got some magnetic stations. Just be aware of those. Could be useful for holding things which are magnetic or made of ferrous metal. So what could we do? Well, we could put, say, a lock core up here. Put some followers up here. I think you're supposed to put some like precision screwdrivers and things up here anyway, which would actually be quite useful for that matter. So I'm just going to poke some precision screwdrivers up in here. Why not? Actually, I might line one down in that position. Pinning tweezers I can just shove here. Got some Allen wrenches or hex keys depending on what side of the pond you're on, so I can put those there. I've got a nice big sort of, not a big screwdriver, but a pocket screwdriver. I've got a circlip removal tool, that fits in there quite nicely. What could I put in these little pockets at the top? Well, I've got springs. Springs go everywhere, don't they? So let's just put some springs up in one of these. There we go, got some springs, they can stay nice and tidy. Got a little pinning shoe, so I'll put that there. And I've got some pins. Let's see, do these pins actually fit in this matrix? Yeah, not a bad fit actually. I imagine if you had longer pins like this one, not so much. But these don't work so bad for the smaller driver pins. These are Sparrow's driver pins up here, so they don't work too bad for those. You do have these little grooves over this side for I don't know what you put in there, probably screws or chips or resistors or something, but again they'll take a long pin up here. I suppose you could just have a couple of pins in each of these, assuming you don't have steel ones, and then you could sort of do your lock gutting here. I quite like it actually, I have to say. I don't think I'll be moving over to it on my video, so I quite like that plain white background, but you really sort of can't go wrong. Anyway, let me just tidy this up for a second. So there we are, all tidied back away. I just thought I'd just flip this over and you can see where they've attached some magnets to the actual mat itself that correspond with the magnetic portions on the actual thing itself, and it looks like this part here is magnetic. This I guess it would hold some screwdrivers in place or something like that. I don't know, but there are 4 magnetic areas on the mat. Overall, I have to say I'm quite impressed with it. The quality of it is pretty good. It's made of some pretty thick stuff, and I think it was going to be quite durable. I don't know about these little flaps. I don't know whether I'd leave them the way they are, or cut them off. But they seem to be working fine at the moment. So for those small bits which jump about, probably quite useful. It comes in at, I think, a reasonable £18.50 on Banggood.com, with a 20% off discount code, which you'll see in the description below. That brings it down to, well, depending on the exchange rate of the day, about £15, and I think you do a lot worse for that money. So there you go. I hope you found that an interesting review. Hope you think that this could be an interesting alternative to some of the other pinning mats out on the market. I think it's pretty good value, and especially if you are actually going to do soldering, I think it might actually be a pretty good soldering mat, although I am no soldering expert. So I'll see you next time.